Guys, she said she loves me.
Okay, but did you say it back, Jake? Did you? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone is doing well. Good morning. You can definitely hear it in my voice. Good morning indeed. And I need to record this now and quickly edit it, because if I don't, I won't be able to do it today. But yeah, good morning. As always, there's a lot for us to unpick and also unpack, so please subscribe if you have not already, because you keep coming back. Why haven't you subscribed? Thank you very much. But please do get cozy and comfortable with your hot Ribena and your snacks, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this review. So starting off with a continuation of the previous episode, as we know, Georgia was sent home because Hugo ended up picking Chloe. And I said this in my last video as well, I know that by Hugo picking Chloe, it definitely gave us the drama that we wanted to see, but I just feel like it was very unfair for Georgia to be sent home. Like, Georgia was only there for, was she there for only 24 hours? I think it was, I don't even think it was up to 2 days. I think she literally left the next day. And I feel like that was low-key unfair, because I'm sure like the application process for Love Island is extremely tedious. Like, I'm sure they're just not picking anybody, even though casting this year has been very suspect, but we'll get into that another time. I do feel like it wasn't fair for Georgia to leave the villa so early. And even Hugo was like, oh, Georgia didn't deserve that. Okay, but you're the reason that she's leaving. And I'm not trying to be like a mum or anything, because I understand that it is a game show and we love the drama, you know, the drama definitely keeps us on our toes, you know what I mean? But I just feel like Georgia deserved much better. Georgia actually deserved a chance, and she seemed like an absolute sweetheart as well. She did. Before we get into Hugo and Tobias having a chat, can we quickly speak about the trios? What's their name even? I swear they give themselves a name. I don't even remember. Irrelevant, whatever it is. But I honestly need Millie to remove herself from that trio, because I actually really like Millie. But the more she's chilling around Lucinda and Chloe, I'm just like, how are you managing to chill with them? So of course, Chlorine is still crying because of the situation, and they are also trying to console her. But I'm sorry, my sympathy, just like everybody else, is 1000% Kat's, because you guys were definitely all giggling together when Chloe was coming to dish you on the things that she was doing with Tobias whilst he was still with Kaz. So I actually don't understand where all of this energy has come from. And Lucinda, like I said, was doing that absolute most yesterday, like the walking around, the strutting, Stop. So moving on to Hugo and Tobias having a chat, just to make this very clear, because I don't know if I made this clear in my last video, I am on neither side, okay? I'm not for Tobias, because I clearly feel like he lacks emotional maturity, and we see this unfold in every single episode. It's also quite worrying at how he's so dismissive of females' responses to his actions as well. I think that's very interesting as well, but he lacks emotional maturity. I'm not for him. He definitely did need to be called out, but the reason why I'm also not team Hugo as well is because I don't feel like he needed to be called out in that way. If you're so-called my friend, you could have easily pulled me to the side, but instead you wanted to be doing up show for everybody in the villa. No. Personally, for me, okay, this is just a personal perspective, I feel like the argument 100% lacked him. Like, even with Hugo just kept saying, oh, you know, we're family, you know, we love each other, we argue. We're not family, bro, because this time last month I didn't actually know who you were. Toby was definitely giving me like, yeah, 10 argument, like, oh, you're just a girl follower, like, oh, you're just follow girl. I was just thinking, is that the best you can come up with, Tobias? You're supposed to be on smoke. Is that the best you can do? And not necessarily saying that we're all waiting for violence, because, you know, violence sometimes is a bit much, you know what I mean? But I do feel like with Love Island, knowing that everybody was on their toes, especially to see this episode as well, it didn't really deliver. If I'm going to be very honest with you, it didn't really deliver. Hugo made it very clear that he still wants to speak to Toby, but Toby also made it very clear that he doesn't even want to speak to Hugo even after the show ends. So like I said, I'm on neither side. Like, I'm not on team Toby, I'm also not team Hugo. I just feel like Hugo should have definitely kept that same energy when it happened to Kaz, and I feel like even everyone in the villa should have kept that same energy when it happened to Kaz. But also in the same light, Toby definitely did need to hear that, because he lacks emotional maturity, and we continue to see it unfold each and every episode, and he needs to grow up, because you didn't come on Love Island to learn how to speak to girls. You didn't. So moving on to Chlorine confronting Tobias and having a chat. I can't lie to you guys, I definitely screamed when Aaron walked in and they stopped the sad music. I love it when producers have a sense of humour, you know, just a little bit of pizzazz to just keep us on our toes. But no, that was definitely, that was good editing, very good editing. But I just feel like Chlorine is low-key just giving, she's given amnesia at this point. She's given very forgetful. She keeps speaking about, oh, that was disrespectful, that was this, that was that. How could you do that to me? Babe, you kissed Kaz's man in front of her and even tried to stand next to her. Do you not remember that challenge? Because we do. And I don't understand why you think it's acceptable for someone to do that to Kaz, but now you think it's unacceptable for someone to do that to you. That's very interesting. And that's also why we say that Abigail most certainly revised, read, sat, passed, and understood the assignment. Because Abigail and Tobias have actually not done anything. And I feel like if Chloe actually played it cool and she wasn't so threatened or so erratic in her response, I actually think her and Tobias may have actually still been a thing, because you can see clearly that Tobias is actually still interested in Chloe, or has some feelings towards her. But this whole crying and the actions and all this different stuff is of course throwing him off. himself. We already know he lacks emotional maturity. That is nothing new. We see that every single episode. But I just feel like Chloe continues to do the absolute most. Like, that's honestly just it. Let's also speak about the fact that Toby is an absolute criminal, because he definitely came to bring Abigail a cup of coffee in the morning whilst Chloe was sitting right there. It's given karma. It's given karma. I want to quickly speak about Tyler and Kaz, because you know we stand them. Chef's kiss, we absolutely love them. And what was so beautiful to see was, while all this commotion was going on as well, they literally just removed themselves away from the situation to have some alone time, and that is the upgrade that we like to see. I did say in my last video that I do feel like Tyler was a bit suspect when he gave that comment about, oh, you know, I'm so genuine, because if you're so genuine, you don't actually need to say that you're genuine. But at the same time as well, I do feel like we low-key need to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, it shouldn't be shocking that a guy comes into a villa to take an interest in a black girl. So hopefully he is actually genuine with Kaz, because Kaz deserves, with all that Tobias put her through, she deserves. Lastly, let's speak about our good sis Liberty and Jake. I've made this very clear on this channel that this is very much a Liberty, Kaz and Millie stan account. I'm also standing Faye as well, so I'm also going to add Faye into that mix as well. Definitely love each and every one of them, but I've said this from the get-go, even with my first impressions video that I done of the Islanders as they entered the villa. I think Liberty seems like an absolute sweetheart. You can tell she has a very beautiful soul that actually radiates on the outside, and I just feel like Jake comes across as being very slimy. And the only reason why I say that is because Jake was very much willing to get to know Lucinda and Millie when they entered the villa, but it wasn't until they turned him down that he was just like,
oh yeah, you know what, I think Liberty might be the real deal. And you know, sometimes you have to go through tests.
No, you don't always have to go through tests in order for it to be a great relationship. Like, this whole old test mate relationship stronger, yeah, in some instances they do, but it's honestly just not by force. To me personally, I feel like he comes across as being extremely suspect. Like, even every single time Liberty's confessing her feelings for him, and she's just like, oh, you know, I feel like I'm falling for you, and Liberty, get out very quick, because I don't understand why you're falling so quickly. But even every single time she's just like, oh, you know, I'm falling, I'm Even yesterday, she said that, oh, you know, I've fallen in love with you. He said, oh, bless you. You didn't say it back. And then you even screamed to the villa,
guys, she said she loves me.
Okay, but did you say it back, Jake? Did you? As we know, Casa Amor is coming up very soon, but we're going to speak about that very shortly. But it'll be very silly for him to leave Liberty now. Like, you literally just made her your girlfriend prior to entering Casa Amor. And in all honesty, if he stays with Liberty, I definitely feel like they have it in the bag to win the 100k, because the only reason why Jake is still very much in that villa is because people will continue voting for Liberty because they like Liberty. So he'll be very silly to leave Liberty now. And I don't see Liberty as being the type of person to allow her head to turn in Casa Amor, because you can tell she does really like Jake. But I feel like Jake is just a bit sus. As you guys know, Casa Amor is very much en route, and as Murad would say, inject it, because this is literally all we have been waiting for. Like, we just wanted Casa Amor to come, because as much as we do like some of the original cast, some of them are a bit bland, and we know Casa Amor is really gonna, you know, shake things up, you know, which means we are going to get new girls and new boys, and you know, Casa Amor always just comes to switch things up. So I think that's why many people are very excited. There have, of course, already been some rumors that some people will be entering the villa. The first that I have seen across my socials has been Clarisse Juliet. She's an influencer. Chef's kiss, she is absolutely beautiful. Oof. But she's an influencer from, I don't know if she's from London, I think she's just somewhere in the UK, if it's not London anyway. And she is a influencer already, so she actually has quite a good following already, brand deals and everything. She actually is the ex-girlfriend of Alex Iwobi, if I'm correct. Apparently they went out for roughly around like 4 years or something. So that's the first that I've seen in terms of, you know, the rumors of people that are entering Casa Amor. So yeah guys, those are my thoughts on that episode. I definitely do feel like Casa Amor has come at the perfect time to just stir the pot a bit more, which is what the public love. Like, we absolutely love to see it. Beautiful scenes, chef's kiss. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Casa Amor. Really looking forward to seeing how the couple just, you know, Chloe and Hugo, really looking forward to them leaving, hopefully. But yeah, I think that's it. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, of course be sure to. I think we're currently on 21.8, so we're actually almost on 22k. So please subscribe if you haven't already, because we'd love to have you here. And why wouldn't you want to be here? I mean, come on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please take care, and I shall see you in our next one.